So this is a pretty quick problem. So the nurse squeezes the syringe, pushes the fluid inside the syringe, and it goes through the needle. Now let's look at one drop coming out of this syringe. What we're told is that this one drop, or the fluid, goes up a displacement of 3.43 centimeters into the air. So it goes up, 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 up. Now look, what's going to happen to that drop at the very top? The velocity goes to 0 for a split second. The drop stops. What do we have to do to this 3.43 centimeters? Convert to meters. 0.0343 meters. Okay? There's one other thing we know. What's the other thing we know? The acceleration. As the drop of fluid goes up, 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 we know that the acceleration is equal to gravity, which is negative 9.8. When the only force on an object is gravity, then the acceleration is gravity. And we always assume no air resistance, because air resistance would be a force, you know. In real life, do things actually accelerate at 9.8? Not really. You know, like, look, if I take this paper right here, if I drop the paper, did that accelerate at 9.8? No, because what was resisting it? Air. But if you did this in a vacuum, if I took this piece of paper right here in a vacuum chamber, which means all the air has been sucked out, this piece of paper would accelerate the same as a brick. You know, the only reason this floats is because air is resisting it. So the acceleration is gravity, and what we're being asked to find is the initial velocity as the drop leaves the needle. Oh, and notice speed and velocity are they're interchangeable a lot of times. Okay, so can we solve for this initial velocity with the information we have? Yep. What do we use? We're going to use the last equation. Vf squared equals V initial squared plus 2ax. So up here at the top, what's V final? 0. And now you can solve for V initial. That negative came from the algebra. This is going to be negative 2 times negative 9.8. And then the x is 0.0343 meters. So V initial is 0.82.